Yo, yo. Good morning. Good morning. A pill? What do you mean a pill? I'm talking about a mistrial. What up, Rory? Kels, what's up? D, what's up? Sharon, what's up? Ivy, what's up? Jessica, good morning. Rescue All Dogs, good morning. Brad, what's up? Good morning, Rhonda. Doing better. Good morning, this thing. Up there. Good morning, Patricia. Hey, Shane, good to see you. Alrighty. So I am sure you guys have heard the news by now, right? About Richard Allen being granted permission to be moved. What do you guys think about that?
Is allowing the accused Delphi killer to be moved to a new prison. Richard Allen has been held at the Westville Correctional Facility since last November. Since then, his attorneys say his health has deteriorated. They also claim he's being treated worse than other inmates. Allen's attorneys say his cell is 6 feet by 10 feet and that he's sleeping on a pad on a concrete floor. Today, a judge issued an order that would allow for the Department of Corrections to move Allen to a different facility that would meet the directives from doctors and psychiatrists.
So, me personally, I don't fall for a lot of the information that's being put out by his defense. But if his health is deteriorating, they don't need to go the extra mile and put out the photograph and leak the photograph and add all these other things. To me, that's enough. If his health is deteriorating, that could cause a mistrial. If he's not getting access to his doctors, the judge could issue a mistrial. SB 74 says, will he be moved to a new prison or Cass County jail? Well, I think this is what somebody posted in the Discord this morning. Let's take a look at that. And I know that according to the murder sheet a while back, Keegan Klein was also moved to the Grissom facility. So looks like this might be from some group. You see it says admin right here. So far, this is what we've heard. Richard Allen moved to Miami County Grissom facility. And don't quote me on any of this, because this is just stuff that I was able to grab right before the live stream. They moved Richard Allen to Miami County Grissom Facility DOC. I just got written confirmation. Request was granted under Code 5-14-3 of the Indiana FOIA. Indiana State Police's Muncie headquarters processed my request. I received the file within 7 hours. I cannot share the file with the public because I am exempt, or what they call request or exempt, for specific reasons. So if Kagan Klein was moved to this location shortly before he took his, what was it, right before he took his little vacation over to the Wabash, I wonder if that's a good sign or if that's just, where they would take you and that there's nothing really more to see from that. I think it's just something that needs to be pointed out. Shout out to somewhere in Canada. Glad he was in terrible conditions for a little while. Well, I'm glad that you're not a judge or whatever. And I know it's okay to feel that way. You're not held to that standard. But the truth is, if you were, let's say somebody falsely accused you, and the accusation is really bad. People are throwing stuff at you. They want to get to you, right? They want to hurt you. You've now been labeled this subhuman. Now, how would you feel being attacked? Because there are people that go through the entire court system, prison process, or excuse me, the court process, and they don't end up in prison. They're found innocent. There's some people that are put in to the prison system and then are later found to be innocent, factually. And then in the case of the West Memphis Three, it's just up in the air. They might be let out and you still don't know if they're guilty. It's the Twilight Zone. And I'm not sure it's the way that all this information was released, but it seems very strategic. And honestly, I'm not even 100% convinced that both sides aren't working together for the same thing. I have no clue. I'm not convinced. Hey, Joseph B., what's up? So you think they're putting them both in the same jail for a reason to see if they try and communicate with one another? No. I'm saying right before Keegan Klein was taken into ISP custody, I believe he was transferred to this location briefly. So I'm just noticing a pattern, that's all. What's up, Jinx? Moved to Doug Carter's basement. I would just like to see a list of reasons why they moved him to the original place. I mean, there's got to be a reason, right? The Wabash River vacation. Yeah, wasn't there rumors he was like offered champagne or I don't know. I can't remember. There was all kinds of weird stuff going on around that, being said around that. Hey, what's up, Courtney? Good to see you, Karen. Julianne, what's up? Moon Crystal says, it doesn't matter to me if they move him somewhere else, so long as he's safe and they monitor his health. And I'm pretty sure that's what was happening at the other place, though. The only thing that's really getting better is that his family and defense can get to him a little more easily, which is good. Like I said, we went over the reasons that, the top 5 reasons for a mistrial. And him not having adequate access to his defense is definitely one of those reasons. And also another reason is sudden change in health. So he had 2 of the top 5 reasons. I guess his defense put the 2 of those top 5 reasons in his request. So that's very strategic on their part. But it makes sense. I think a lot of people may have just been overreacting early on. You had Judge Diener recusing himself. Now, we still don't understand what that was all about. We hear the name Richard Allen and we have a judge recusing themselves. What's up with that? You meal prepping, Rebecca? Jing says KK was there for a day or two, but not housed at that jail. Hey, what's up, TTM? Temporary transfer was because of custody transfer to ISP. So kind of like a middleman. A good place, like a secure holding, an in between. Moon Crystal says, I have no sympathy for Richard Allen, but he needs to get through trial. Yeah. And really, it's not about sympathy for Richard Allen. It should be sympathy for yourself. You know, if you take a look at the things that he's accused of, that could easily be you. And we're all assuming that they have something more that may have been found at the search. But what if they don't? I don't know about you, but it wouldn't be hard for me to get my hands on somebody's bullet, go commit a crime, and then just happen to drop that bullet right there. I mean, if you're motivated to kill, who knows what the hell else you're thinking about? You know what I mean? You could be obsessing. Champagne and a date. Hey, what's up, Kevin? SP says, I agree, Sleuth. The motion to move him was mostly definitely strategy. I don't know. And I know it was for their own selfish reasons, but I agree with those reasons. I just don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like they kind of put it on a little thick. Thanks, V. There you go. Hey, Teresa. Good morning, Grizz. Sympathy for our human rights. There you go, V. Yeah, not for the individual, but for the actual human rights themselves. Because ideas can be, people can be persuaded to believe ideas, right? But if we have human rights, that doesn't matter. But if I can control the entire mob, right, against you, the law no longer matters if we're willing to bend it. Yeah, we need to be protected from the mob because people are easily persuaded. What's up, Jesse? Jesse says, "Hey Sleuth, I watched your 4chan video. Interesting stuff. Sorry, not sure if you already touched on that. I just popped on the live. No, we haven't talked about it, but we can get to that. There's a few things I want to touch on." Chopper says, "Who's that?" This fellow, his name was John A. Walker, aka Johnny Boy. This is beloved brother of Kathy Allen, Richard Allen's wife. And apparently he passed away from complications from a motorcycle accident. Apparently not long before September 27th, 2016. So this is right before the crime. This could have been maybe the stress factor. And if you look at Richard Allen's wife's Facebook, there was a lot of stress going on. The Facebook posts were very dark. They were, "Why do I have to feel this way every morning? I wish I could get over this grief. This holiday is going to be hard. You know, we're missing like," it's because Johnny Boy. So I don't know if this may have caused something, maybe a snowball effect, depression, alcoholism, maybe a wedge between Richard Allen and his wife, giving him some freedom. You know, he's frustrated with his wife. Like, I understand you lost your brother. You know, maybe she was going through a depression, maybe. That leaves him to kind of fend for himself. Thank you, Snoopsy. I am feeling better. I'm just going through different stages of it. Right now, it's more in my body. Before, it was in my head. It's more like bronchial at this point. Thank you, D. Sorry to go off subject, but kind of bothers me that KK is living so well in jail. I listened to Ruckus' interview with DNR, and it sounds like KK has it pretty good where he is. Yeah, it did seem that way. Joey says, "Nobody should be treated that way no matter what. If he is found guilty, then he will either be locked up for life or death row. Either way, they lose their freedom." What's up, Melissa? Good morning. Jerry, what's up? How you doing? Thank you, D. Hey, what's up, Frank? Duke Nukem says, "He's rolling on his partners. I can't get over the raid or Norfleet. That was too much for him to not be involved in some capacity." Well, I don't know what's going on with the Norfleet stuff, but I do know that this Norfleet guy, about 8 months ago, was sentenced to serve 6 months in jail. Now, usually, the way it was written out, it was kind of like a plea agreement. Usually, when you have a plea, excuse me. Usually, when you have a plea agreement like that, they don't just lock you up right away if you're out on bond. You know, what they do is they say you need to check in on this day and then we'll put you in jail. So if he didn't show up that day, he's not from Delphi. So he was most likely hiding in Delphi. And if they were using armored vehicles, it was most likely to serve a high risk warrant. right? High risk meaning fugitive or violent drug offender. I don't think they serve, I could be wrong, but I don't think they serve high risk warrants for um, like CSAM and stuff like that. Yeah, they're going to come in armed to the teeth, but they're not going to pull up, an MRAP and park it in front of your house, But with a violent drug offender or a high risk warrant or something like that, yeah, they're going to pull up an armored vehicle and SWAT's going to come running out the back of that bitch. But for CSAM, like these guys, they're tactical enough to where and trained enough, a couple FBI agents, state, local, whatever. They'll just gear up, come up with a plan, and kick your door in, throw a freaking flashbang at your face. So I would like to know what kind of warrant was served with Kagan Klein. I don't think they pulled up in any type of armored vehicle. But I believe at this raid they did. So I don't know. That's all I've been able to find. Other than that, I'm not the one to ask. Thank you, D. Red-faced head case. I like that. Guilty or not, prison conditions in this country are horrible. The Constitution has protections against cruel and unusual punishment. Also, in this case, he is innocent until proven guilty. Yep. And I agree with that. That doesn't mean that I'm not free to feel how I want. I could join the mob right now and say, I hope that, he dies in jail or something crazy, because I'm not held to that standard. But thank God the courts are. That's my point. Thank God we have that integrity. Because if we didn't, the mob would rule everything. And that's kind of where we're headed now anyway. But good comment. I agree. Hey, what's up, Charlie? I would want Richard Allen treated the same way I would want to be treated. I've seen too many true crime shows where innocent people are convicted or set up. Yeah, or even guilty people are let go because of certain things that happened while they were in custody. Paperwork or mistreatment or things like that. Like, you got to be really careful. One way to deal with family stress is alcohol, lots of alcohol. Yeah, for sure. So this is an obituary here for Mr. Walker. I'm just going to read a little bit of it. Because as you can hear, I'm still a little bit under the weather. John A. Walker, Johnny Boy, age 39, passed away on September 27th, 2016 due to complications from a recent motorcycle accident. He was born on July 19th, 1977 to Howard E. and Martha E. Walker in Peru, Indiana. He was preceded in death by his father in 1998, all grandparents and many uncles, aunts, and cousins. He is survived by his mother, Martha Walker, big sister Kathy Allen Walker, married to Rick, with daughter Brittany Allen, little sister Joyce Bernal Walker, married to Allen with children, and little brother David. He also leaves behind many aunts, uncles, and cousins throughout the country. We have a beautiful and large family. John also has many wonderful friends, too many to mention, but they know who they are. He grew up and spent his entire life in Peru, Indiana, and graduated from Peru High School. His most recent employer was Western Remen Industrial in Peru, where he had worked for the last 10 years. He's very much enjoyed his job and coworkers and humored them all. Although John never got married, his actual calling was to take care of our mother after father passed away, and he did an excellent job. John was an extremely strong man of faith and was a member of the Church of God Worship Center in Wabash, Indiana, where he and mother attended regularly together. He was in charge of the church sound system and had recently started playing the guitar, which he enjoyed extremely. His world revolved around God and family. He impacted the lives of so many, and he was so humble to even notice. We have lost a beautiful, generous, caring, outgoing, and humorous human being. I wonder if Richard Allen and Kathy Allen were going to that church right there by their home. Is that the Baptist church? Um, over there with Micah Hudson. I haven't heard too much talk about that. And also, I wonder if that's the same church that the Patties went to. Imagine knowing you're going to church with a guy who just, could have potentially murdered your family members. Like, how do you process that? Hey, what's up, Jan? How you doing? Hey, what's up, BN? Duke says they did the same exact raid on Kagan's house. Well, I didn't see any photos and I didn't see any armored vehicles, but the one in Delphi, if I'm remembering correctly, there was an armored vehicle. Hey, Cindy. That was Richard Allen's brother-in-law. Have you guys had a chance to watch Randy Gravitt's video about the carving in this tree? I think it'd be really cool if we can figure out who did the carving. Hey, what's up, Shay? The courts are caring less and less about our rights, human or constitutional. And I don't know if they're caring less. I don't know if they have the ability to do it properly. I don't know. It just seems all planned out. It's awful what's happening. Rescue All Dog says, I keep hearing Richard Allen and Kathy Allen had 2 children. Maybe just Richard Allen did. What I think the confusion comes from is they had a niece. There was a lot of photos with the niece in their Facebook, and she kind of looks, you can kind of see like she's family. She looks like she's related to Kathy. So I don't know if that's where the confusion comes from. Maybe he does have another child that I'm unaware of. Moon Crystal says Richard Allen's wife dealing with the loss of her brother and increased burden to care for her mother. Yeah, so it was like times 2. I've been thinking she was probably not physically, emotionally available during the time of the murders. Yeah, that left Richard Allen to kind of, I guess, wander maybe. And if she's spending a lot of time in Peru, maybe Richard Allen is spending a lot of time in Peru. That could give him a connection to KK right there, maybe the bar scene. Thank you, D. Oh, here we go. Sparky D says the Methodist Church with Micah isn't it. Isn't it what? Isn't the church that's right across the street? Oh, yeah. No, the Patties go to a Methodist, and I think that's a Baptist Methodist, right? I don't know. I'm all confused now. The brother was very religious, apparently wonder about the non-secular items at the crime scene. And I couldn't find any facts about the accident. So I don't know if maybe they were upset at somebody who caused the accident. Kathy Allen in her Facebook post, I think it was December of 2016, she kept saying she's very angry, very angry. And I don't know if she's angry like at God, like you took away my brother, or angry like at the person who caused it. Hey, Don, what's up? Says, I thought it was United Methodist. Don't be no scrub. Thank you, Snoopsy. Yeah, hit that like button if you guys could. Okay. So I asked Randy, I was like, where'd you find this at? And I couldn't really get a clear answer from him. Okay, he told me he found it on the trail with the bench. And there's a bench somewhere right here. So I'm wondering if it's like right in here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe Randy can correct us. But I also know that there's a bench over here too. And the 505 drops down this way. So maybe he's down here even. Maybe he'll clear it up a little bit better for me. Anna says, we've never heard that Richard Allen or his family attended any church. I wonder where their daughter got married in church. And Peru High School. Is there anything there? Any connection? If Richard Allen's not on social media, got married, to his high school sweetheart right out of high school, maybe if he wants to talk to somebody, he just goes over there and talks to them, bangs on the door. Hey, Melissa, I don't think I said hi to you. How you doing? Mother of Dragons, good to see you. Tina, what's up? Donnie Marie, how could anybody sleep with potatoes in their socks? That's an old school remedy to keep you warm. Rice too. So to me, this looks like a little bit of old mixed with some new, right? If you see this outline, this is definitely very old. Look at the space in between the stretch marks. But this here is definitely newer. I wouldn't say fresh, but it almost looks like there were some other initials already carved here and they went in and made them their own. Yeah, Anna. Anna says in a heated arguments, there could well have been comparisons to the brother, like, why did such a guy have to die while you are drunk every day? Shoot, for all we know, there's secrets we don't know. Yeah, that is a good what happened? Oh, there it is. Mother of Dragons. Yep, there's more than one bench. So I don't know what he was referring to. I kept saying, "Are you talking about the 505?" He said, and he didn't say no. He's like, "Well, it's the one with the bench." Hey, what's up, Mark? Judy Bodine. Happy Monday. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. It's just like going in stages, and sometimes it goes up and then back down. But I would say about 75% back. Hey, what's up, Thomas? See, it looks like a little bit of old with a little bit of new. Like here, this is a little bit fresher. And I took all these screenshots are from Randy's video. I'm gonna have to get a link to that. Kimberly's asking, do we know the info on Richard Allen being admitted to a mental hospital around that time? The only information I have on that was a news report stating that officers were called to the house for a domestic issue. And I believe Richard Allen was escorted to a hospital at that time. So they may have come up with some kind of an agreement like, hey, man, you're drinking, you got to stop drinking. We can't keep coming out here. If I have to come out here again, you're going to get arrested. And the wife was like, well, you need to go to a hospital. You need to check into a hospital anyway. And he's like, okay. So I think it might be something like that. Oh, and this photo was taken August of 2017. So he took these photos like pretty close to the time of the crime. Snoopsy says maybe he's professing his love for Delphi. D plus RA. Sorry. Anna says, considering flu or whatever, recent scientific research shows the value of sunlight. 100%. That's why I recovered faster than my wife. She's like, why am I still all sick and you're just running around? I was like, because I spend time in the garden and I got all that sunlight. So she instantly went outside and started feeling better. Thomas says, I'm sure it's nothing, but the guy they raided last week is named Daniel, and Richard. If anyone wants to go down that hole, laugh out loud. I'm sure it's nothing. That's a RA at the end. Well, I think this is definitely an R. It looks like it could have been an A. No, it couldn't have been an A. I just don't know how new that is. This looks old. But yeah, it looks like somebody may have turned it into an RA. And then the little A, center of the A just popped off. But to me, this looks a little newer right here and right here. But this part looks old as hell. This even looks pretty old. Could have been a P. What's up, Brad? Randy. You out here carving on trees, Randy? The R looks like it was a P. Yeah, it almost looks like somebody just came down and like added this here and then went deep into this to cover whatever was right here. Even this looks like they messed with it a little bit here. You can kind of see like the color of fresh wood. Yeah, Cindy, this is from Randy's video. Yeah, he told me he found this near the trail that has the bench. But I know that there's multiple trails, but I think he might have been talking about the 505. Mark says, I agree that it looks like it was one thing and then changed. Yeah, maybe it changed multiple times. So I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere right here. Thomas says it's the 505 for sure. So that means somewhere here. And when Randy walks up to it, he's kind of on flat land. So it's either here, right before the trail goes down the hill, or down here somewhere where it's a little bit flatter. Okay. PB&J. That was a twofer. Okay. So let me get your opinion on this here. It's trying to validate these leaked images here. Right? Remember when that Mr. Fish guy or whatever, Tommy Fish or whatever the hell his name was, put out these images? Well, I have a feeling that the guy here in the shadow might be this gentleman here, or this person. Hey, what's up, Mel? Good morning. Hey, what's up, Todd? I don't know, Todd. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think I may have located them. So I'm thinking that's what this is here. Chris Todd. Been hearing a lot about that guy. Sorry about that. So let me show you where I found that, and then you guys can kind of go be the judge for yourselves. Okay, so down here on the right side, you're going to notice there's some frogmen here. Okay, so now right here, hopefully you guys can see my cursor. Now right here is where I believe those items are located. And we know the crime scene is just right here. I mean, if the photo was clearer, you'd most likely see them right here. And a bunch of investigators. All in this area. Now, the items that I think are the shoe, the scarf, maybe, and then Libby's shirt. Now you can kind of see the items through the tree here. Now I'm trying to measure because of the shadow. They may have already taken that photo. It could have been taken much earlier or a little bit later. I'm not sure. Here's another perspective here. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of help you guys find it for yourself there. Yeah, if you listen to the chatter and the chopper over the radio, you can hear them. If you turn it up and you kind of separate it, they say, "Please be advised. I just spoke to a detective on scene. He said that their bodies are exposed. So please be careful when you're filming over the area." And he says, he acknowledges that. Yeah, so I don't think that they're faked. I think that might be them right there. I'm not sure. And they're just staring at it. All right, let me see what else I got before we get out of here. Yep, looks like that's it, guys. So if you're part of the replay crew, you have any questions or comments about the information we went over, let me know. I'll get back and I will check to see what you guys had to say. We'll hang out here for another 5-6 minutes. Good to see you, Dawn. Cold Truth. Uh, looks like she's doing a live on Delphi in a few days. We'll be checking that out. Yeah, something's going on with those shadows. Those shadows are going the other way, not over the shoes. I played with it a little bit this morning. I'll continue to try to figure it out because I know where they're at. If it's later in the day, that shadow it's not going to go, it'll go completely to the left. So it was either much earlier or much later. I'm going to figure that part out. Shouldn't be too hard. Thanks, V. Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, I am feeling a lot better. Thanks for hanging out, Thomas. Good to see you. Judy Bodine says, show some love. Hit that like button, everyone, and have a great day. Peace. Thanks, Judy. Hey, what's up, Richard? Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, I don't know, Charlotte. I don't know if that's it yet. I just wanted to share it with you guys so we can try to figure it out. You know, you gotta watch out for that pareidolia. Thanks, Tina. Thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate it. Thanks for your participation in the chat today. Snoopsy says, make sure you're scrubbed and subbed. We don't want no scrubs. Thanks, Moon Crystal. Thanks for hanging out. It's always good to see you. Thank you, Cindy.